Hey everyone, this is Paul Gale from paulgalenetwork.com, and thank you for joining me today for video game news. It is April 13th, 2021, and these are the top stories of the day. To kick things off, the Ask Iwata book is out now. This was something that I've been looking forward to for a while. It was made available for pre-order on Amazon a couple of months back. I mentioned it then. My copy is coming tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. I have not read it yet, of course, but I have read different people's impressions, some of my various friends, some of which work at Nintendo, and some just random people in the video game industry or non-video game industry associated friends. And so far, everybody's perception of the book is positive, so I'm looking forward to it myself. When I get mine tomorrow or Thursday at the latest, I will give you my early impressions of what I think of the book. So if you're interested, it's available now. You could check it out at viz.com. Viz Media is publishing it, and get the book in hardcover, or if you want to save a little money, get it digitally. But you can go to Amazon, and if you're a Prime subscriber, you'll get it with free shipping. So, not bad. Next up, some PlayStation news, switching gears. We got some good news today from Sony, and that is an update on the PlayStation 5 and a few features that are coming out to it soon, this month in particular. And most important, probably, the storage situation. I'm not going to go over everything that was released in this report. You could go to blog.playstation.com if you wish to go see more, but I'll cover the PS5 storage expansion and management. Basically, you will now be able to store PlayStation 5 games on compatible external USB drives. Previously, you could not. But now, once your PS5's internal SSD gets full, or if you don't want it to get full too quickly, you can move games from your internal storage to an external hard drive. You can't play PlayStation 5 games directly from that external hard drive, a USB drive, but you could store them there at least, and you could easily put them back onto the console when you're ready to play them. They did also announce that it will be faster to reinstall PS5 games from this external USB onto the system than to re-download the copy from the disk, or potentially downloading it again from the internet. But in this case, we're talking about disk. Internet speeds may vary, so that's good to know. It takes a little bit of time. I guess it depends on the game for a game to load from the disk onto your SSD. So knowing that it's faster from USB means that, once you start developing a big PlayStation 5 library, it becomes kind of a pain of a task to have access to, a couple dozen games at any time. Now, do people want to switch between a dozen plus games at any one time? Probably not, but there are some people that may want to bounce back and forth between a few different fighting games, a couple of different first-person shooters, and going back and forth and unlocking a few trophies as new DLC comes out for some of their big, first-party or third-party single-player adventure games, right? So I could see that people want to have access to a lot at once. Sometimes I do, but usually I am playing a handful of games at a time. So that's good to know that, even if it won't be instantaneous, at least choosing a game from your USB and putting it back on your console won't be too bad of a wait, unlike reloading it from a disk all over again. So that's kind of good news. You still can't play it off of your external, but PS4 games you can, although that's always been a thing. Oh, let's see. Did they go over anything else in particular? They have some social features for PS4 and PS5, such as cross-generation share play, requesting to join a gaming session, an improved game base, and of course, disabling game chat, adjusting players' volume, game update, pre-downloaded, and so forth. Another thing that I like in particular, kind of skipping some of that stuff, is the trophy stats. They'll have a new look for your trophy stats, including this level progress bar right here on the main screen itself. and that's kind of convenient as you'll see your level. Of course, these are also the levels that have now been updated, everything basically multiplied up so that the level is a little bit more impressive than 18. It's now 192 and so forth. So this will all be coming out this month. Not bad. I thought I would share some of this information. New updates coming to the PlayStation app as well. And that's about it. But in particular, the storage is the biggest draw from today. So that's good news, because not everybody's going to get, expanded SSD. Of course, if you're playing on the Xbox Series X, it's pretty easy, although pricey, to get, a big chunk memory card SSD or use your external. I happen to use an external hard drive for my Xbox Series X and my PlayStation 5, and a nice chunky micro SD XC card for my Nintendo Switch, so I have kind of everything covered. No SSD extra storage solutions for the Series X though. Not yet, at least. Speaking of Nintendo Switch and SSD cards, Nintendo announced this beauty today. This is their fresh blue color Nintendo Switch Lite, which comes out next month, May 21st. It's not the Nintendo Switch Plus or Pro, it's just the regular Nintendo Switch Lite. Still $200. It comes out the same day as Miitopia, so that's kind of an exciting pairing. I gotta say, looking at this blue, it is a blue, kind of an indigo. Some people are looking at it and calling it purple, and some true blue, a deep blue, indigo blue. I could see the dress situation from several years ago. Do you remember that? It was what dress color is this? Is it gold and black, or blue and white, or blue and black, or gold and white, something like that. Different people's eyes may take this as a different color, but yeah, it could go either way. It could go for a shade of blue or a shade of purple almost. Nintendo's calling it blue, so it's all good, but that's a very nice looking system. Makes me really wish that the Nintendo Switch Lite just had the ability to dock. If this system could also go on the TV, then that $100 difference would be I think worth it as a secondary system. Otherwise, for me personally, if I'm going to get a second Nintendo Switch for my household, I'm going to spend an extra $100 and get the regular Nintendo Switch, because that functionality is just too compelling to pass up on. TV and on the go, that's where I'm at. However, I imagine that when the Nintendo Switch Plus comes out, you're going to see it at a new $350 price tag. And I think at that point, the Nintendo Switch will drop to, $250, $270. The Nintendo Switch Lite somewhere between $150, $180. And we might have some different weird price tiers, but this will drop. And at that point, if you're getting this system down, the Lite, somewhere between the $150 to $180 range, it becomes really affordable. And then now, depending on where the Nintendo Switch or Nintendo Switch Plus is at, that price difference is really starting to look big, and it's easy to buy a second one, relatively speaking, for your, brother, sister, son, daughter, extra person in the household that's interested. It's just, if it had that TV functionality, it would be that much better. But still, some people know that they're only going to play on handheld mode, and, might as well spend less money if that's the case, right? Next up, I've got a cool trailer. This is presented by IGN.com, so thank you, IGN. This is kind of neat. This is Power Rangers and Street Fighter coming together in console form.
And I'm your worst nightmare.
It's forfeit time.
Of course, we've got Ryu and Chun-Li, the Crimson Hawk Ranger. The folks over at Bat the Sun, great people, by the way, had a nice opportunity to create the costumes and a video package of this crossover going down a while ago. And on the mobile side game of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, you know, you already have access to Street Fighter characters in that game. But now, Ryu and Ken, or not Ryu and Ken, Ryu and Chun-Li will be right here in the game on Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, 5, Xbox One, Series S and X, PC. So this is pretty cool.
I will keep on fighting. I know the answer lies ahead.
Cool.
You ready for this?
So there you have it. Power Rangers Battle for the Grid. The Street Fighter pack is coming May 25th. I didn't mention Steam or Stadia, but the game is also available on those platforms. And thank you, IGN, for this video. Very cool. Let me know if you're going to get it. I think I will because, well, I bought the Ryu and Chun-Li pairing in Fortnite, and I buy almost anything Street Fighter that exists. And I'll probably be getting this too because it's pretty cool. And finally today, Nintendo announced that tomorrow, quick report, right? Indie World is coming for a 20-minute presentation at 9 a.m. Pacific time. So that's something to look forward to. I think we'll get some cool titles. We always do, you know, whether it's something that's been announced before that's now getting an update, something brand new entirely, an interesting pairing between Nintendo and an indie developer, or whatever it is, you know. I think something will happen tomorrow that's fun and exciting. I'm looking forward to it. That's 9 a.m. I may live stream it, but if I don't, because, well, actually, I won't be able to live stream it because I will be teaching class at that time from 9 to 9:50. So as soon as my class is done, 10 o'clock, I'll be watching it live for me, and I'll be putting up my reaction video shortly after, before I have to teach my next class at 11. So that's going to do it today for Video Game News with Paul Gale Network. Thank you for watching. This has been fun. Let me know what you think about today's video. Are you looking forward to tomorrow's Indie World? What do you hope to see? What about that Power Rangers Street Fighter costume set? You gonna buy them? What do you think about the PlayStation 5 and its storage solution? Happy? Disappointed? What about that Nintendo Switch Lite? Are you going to get it? And are you going to purchase the new Mr. Iwata book that's been translated? Fun video. Thank you for watching. Appreciate your time as always. Take it easy, and I'll see you all later. Have a good one. Bye.